card from Chennai Port.
Captain Philip, Mrs. Philip, they are my host. They are I give you 7 or 8 minutes to ask about the origins, beginnings of EU, EGF. I came here as a full-time EU staff worker in 1969. Almost 20 years I was full-time staff worker for UESI. First 5 years in Tamil Nadu, the rest of it whole of India. Before me, Mr. P.T. Chandapilla, he was the General Secretary, and he had worked for nearly 25 years, from 1950 till 75. When he left, I was asked to sort of take over. So from 69 onwards, if you want to know something about the beginnings, I am here, but not for long, for 5 to 7 minutes. Any questions that you have? Years I was here with you full-time staff worker of UESI for nearly 20 years.
When you took over, how many states were decentralized? When you left UESI, how many states decentralized? It's okay.
When I took over as General Secretary, there was no state decentralized. First to decentralize was Tamil Nadu, then afterwards one by one the other states. But I am very not so good in numbers and things. But as far as I could remember, Andhra was decentralized, and Gujarat was decentralized, and Kerala was decentralized, like that.
So regarding trade policy, without any money, how did you feel like, say, starting a camp or doing any examples of God's provision?
So Brother Chandapilla came as the first General Secretary. When he came for a one-day retreat. He stayed for 25 years. He came from North India. Of course, originally from United States he came. He was working as a male nurse in Saudi Arabia, and then went to US for theological studies, and from there he came, and from the beginning his own conviction, along with Professor Enoch and others here, was it must be a faith movement. No membership fees will be charged. So it was a policy taken right at the beginning of UESI. Camps, conferences also were conducted on the same line. We may not have much money to start with. Even when I was a EU Secretary in Madurai, when I was studying, at the beginning of a camp or a 3-day program, we will have 11 rupees At the end of the camp, spent all the money for food and accommodation and all the rest. You calculate income, expenditure, balance. You started with 11 rupees, maybe you will end up with 12 rupees. All in between expenses were met on the ground. That was a big experience and experiment in my own spiritual life. I was sometimes joint secretary, sometimes secretary of EU, sometimes prayer secretary of EU, like that in Madurai. So, faith policy means we don't enter into a project with the money we have, but with the conviction God wants us to have an evangelistic program, a discipleship program, a leadership training program. And then as we go along, we inform the people, inform the members, EU members, EGF members. And then they begin to contribute. I remember one agriculture officer contributed rice for all 3-day program. How many people are you expecting? He asked. He said about 60 people. How many days? 3 days. So he made a calculation. He's a distribution sales officer. He said, you will need this much rice. I will give. Like that, there were many who were involving with money, with resources, and so on. I remember one preacher, very good preacher, but from a particular denomination. We go to ask him, will you please come as a speaker? He said, no, last time you invited me, I came. If you keep on inviting me, they will think this whole EU belongs to that denomination. So, he will suggest somebody else from another denomination. So you invite him. Then he will say, I will come and attend. But let him be the preacher. Like this, it is a faith movement. God gives the right kind of people to come and preach. God gives the right kind of people to support the work. And praise God. Any other? Okay.
How did you handle other faith students?
You know what?
How did you handle other faith students when you met in your time?
Yeah, they come and they attend the program. Mainly, their interaction with their fellow students. Like for example, we had a work camp. Work camp in Hotel Chatram. Work was to build a hall like this hall, for leprosy student people. And we invited Hindu friends, Christian friends to come and work in the summer camp, summer time. Whole day, good work of digging and all that. There was also at least one good session of singing and praying, preaching. After one whole week, about 20 people, the students were Hindu students. Work program included social work as well as at least one gospel session like. So like this, we have to reach where they are. There was a magazine, Naladam, particularly prepared for non-Christians. Not for Christians. For Christians, so many magazines. Now also, if you can revive a particular magazine which will go out to reach out to non-Christians, that's a big need. Yes.
How the content of that magazine different?
Enema?
How is the content of that magazine different?
See, those days, whatever they thought, these days you have to figure out current issues and things that bother them. You are need something you are bothering you. No. These things like this are of interest to them and to us. So how do we react to various demands both by government agencies or educational agencies or in the natural general oppositions from RSS or VHP or whatever? No. We should not condemn them, but we should point out where the loopholes are. And make them think. Not in one article convert them. At least make them think what is the right way. Okay. That's about the general. Let's come to read from the Bible. Book of Judges. Chapter 6. The study should continue chapter 6 and 7, but we cannot do a detailed study here. We will have an overall overview and leave it to you for reading the remaining at home. Chapter 6. Verses 6 verse 1, verse 2, I read, Then the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. So the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian for 7 years. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel. Because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made for themselves against the caves strongholds which are in the mountains. For 7 years, children of Israel were under the domination of Midianites. When they sow the seed and wait for the harvest time, who will come? These Midianites will come. They will take away the harvest. What happened to the people of Israel? Impoverished. Not enough to eat. So, verse 6. So Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. After 7 years of impoverishment. Now they realized only God is there, only rescue, no other way. They cried to the Lord. God first sent a prophet, and after that, God sent an angel. Look at same chapter. The Lord verse 11. Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth tree, which was in Ophrah, which belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, while his son Gideon threshed wheat in the winepress in order to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "The Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor." Suddenly this man is introduced, Gideon, from the enemies. And as he was doing his harvesting job, the angel of the Lord comes and says, verse 12, the Lord appeared to him and said to him, what did he say? The Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. Gideon's position was, you coward man, fearful man. No. When God wanted to address him, what he could be. Which means those who gathered must have been much more than 3,000. Here, so the Lord is with you, mighty man of valor. Friends, God gave him this assurance. I am the one who is sending you. Look at 14 onwards. Judges 6:14 on. Then the Lord turned to him and said, "Go in this might of yours, and you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you?" So he said to him, "O my Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house." The Lord said to him, "Surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat the Midianites as one man." God gives him an assurance, yes, I am sending you to work out a great victory. Now in your place of work, in your job, surrounded by so many people, qualifications wise, well qualified, but in faith they don't seem to understand how this piece of wood, how this idol of stone will respond. For the Old Testament, many places it is written like that. Recently I heard a song also, Kesala Kallo, பூமியான கல்லோ அல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி. Not a stone that speaks, not a wood that responds. When people hear, they will get angry. They will be provoked. So I asked the boys who are singing this, how do you know God is speaking? You say there, God is not speaking. Your God, how is speaking? Yes, Lord, when we read the Bible. But you know, they don't know. When we approach, we must approach carefully. Don't simply say, is a mud God or wood God. Many Hindu people have become Christians by watching the rightful deed of Christians. Hence, you can go on, but you will not. Read through the book. God gave him an assurance that it was God who was sending him. Chapter 7, if you read, for 32,000 people gathered around Gideon, with Gideon. But God said something very strange. Even though the enemy was like 3 lakhs, 300,000. Here were 32,000. But God said they are far too many. Make an announcement. Make an announcement. Those who are afraid, go home. It's a simple announcement. 7 la paranga. Verse 3. Come on, read for us.
Now therefore proclaim in the hearing of the people, saying, whoever is fearful and afraid, let him turn and depart at once from Mount Gilead. And 22,000 of the people returned, and 10,000 remained.
32,000 people went away. 10,000 remained. During that departure, whole lot of confusion must have been. What will one fellow look for? A cousin Borana. This is my cousin staying or going. If he is going, I am also going. Big galata. Confusion. 22,000 left. And after all they left, the calculated kind of who is remaining, 10,000. Not everybody left. 1/3 at least. God says another strange thing. Take this 10,000 to the waters. And the 10,000 should go to water. No fighting, no nothing. Still, those who take water and lap, and those who stoop down and put their mouth direct into the river and drink like a cow, separate them. How many took water in their hand and then drank? 300. All the remaining 9,700. God says, this 300 is enough. 9,700 people who are claiming they are not afraid, want to fight. But God will say, you go home. That is more difficult. Yeah. more difficult. But God says, keep the 300, send home the remaining. Construct. God's work done in God's way. God's work done in God's way. If I may add, in the UESI, people from abroad wanted to pay for 10 or 20 full-time staff workers. They said, we will pay for 20 full-time staff workers, but one by one we will cut off as the years go by. This year 20, next year 19, following year 18. Pretty. Start with a big number, cut off the numbers of people supported from abroad. Brother Chandrakula said, sorry, we don't want it. We didn't want to accept money for 20 full-time workers. Then we will start with one and we will build up to 20, rather than start with 20 and cut down to. And praise God, God's own good planning. Now we have how many full-time staff workers and how many graduate supporters. Work has been growing mainly because of graduate supporters, helped by traveling ministers, traveling secretaries. They are not the ones who built the whole thing. Student leaders have to be built up by graduate supporters, open homes. So also here, God sent away 32,000 who came, only kept 300. And Gideon said to them, watch me, do as I do. This kind of leadership is needed. Watch me, do as I do. Friends, EU is based like that. Our leader, our General Secretary, is paid as much as a newly recruited staff worker. When I joined 1969, by the time what P.T. Chandrakula was getting, I was getting. No special allowance being General Secretary. One or two special allowances were allowed. Because he is the General Secretary, he has to go to Delhi or he has to go to pull back and so on. The basic salary, same for everyone. Don't tell this to your old division. Even if you tell, they won't agree anyway. We had every home crusade here in Tamil Nadu. The director was paid a certain amount, 3,000 or something. Whereas a real man who goes from door to door and visits every home gets 800 rupees or 600 rupees. With their conviction, they have to answer to their master. We have to stand by what we believe is the Lord's word. what really the Lord's method. And the 300 went, you know the story, blew the trumpet and shouted, sword of the Lord and sword of Gideon. One side, the lamp. One side, the trumpet. There is no sword. No sword, no. There is no hand. In hand, this hand, there is a lamp. This hand, there is a trumpet. Where will you go to your sword? Only shout, sword of the Lord is the sword of Gideon. Should around the whole campus. Those who are sleeping after heavy drinking and everything suddenly heard this noise. All got up fighting one another. And if you read, they ran and they escaped as many as could, and others were killed by one another. God brought a great victory. Friends, looking at the things in India right now, we should pray very earnestly for an outbreaking of the Spirit of God in revival, so that forces of evil will be defeated. Will be defeated. Pray earnestly. Right here in what is that place? Here, right there, when church was attacked, when pastor was beaten, and then the many pastors are gathered and made some protests. But many RSS people are very angry. They want to do things very quickly. And let us pray that the enemy and his schemes will not prosper. Our Lord and His name, His cross, His gospel will prosper. As I used to say, and I now want to say again, this land cannot be redeemed by on our feet, on our knees. If we pray, the Lord will do great things. If we pray, God will raise mighty armies like the one of Gideon, and our land will be saved.